matter are you on, counsel?
This is Dillard versus Fields. I apologize, I haven't submitted a notice of appearance yet.
On the record in the matter of Willie Dillard versus Billy Fields, 24-04123. Sir, what's your name?
Willie.
Your name, sir? Counsel appearance?
Alyssa Hall of Legal Services of South Central Michigan for defendant.
Okay, today was the date set for a hearing for non-payment of rent. And so you can have a seat if you need to. My understanding is that you all have worked out a resolution.
Yes, we have.
Okay, do you want to put the terms on the record?
Yes, we have a consent order for conditional dismissal signed by both the parties, and the terms are that the defendant shall pay to the plaintiff rent in the amount owing $3,900 through September 30th, 2024. Other money due of $1,527.27 for a total of $5,427.27. And the conditions are that defendant shall pay monthly rent of $1,000 by the third of each month, and an additional $300 by the third of each month beginning October 3rd, 2024, until the amount in 2D is satisfied. This is 4B, may proceed without notice to the defendant, and it's signed by plaintiff Mr. Dillard and Mr. Fields and myself.
Okay, and Mr. Dillard, that's how you want to proceed, sir?
Yes.
Okay, and that's what you want to do as well, Mr. Fields? Okay, you understand, Mr. Fields, that you did have the right in this matter to proceed to a trial, and you could have demanded a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you want to waive your trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you also understand that partial performance of this will not satisfy the agreement. So you stated here that you'll pay the past due, including court costs, for a total of $5,427.27. That's for a rent due through a time period of September 30th. And that you're gonna make monthly payments, $1,000 by the third of each month, and an additional $300 by the third of each month, beginning October 3rd, until the amount that we just stated here in 2D is satisfied. So you have to follow that to the T. Otherwise, if you fail to do any portion of that, he can enter judgment against you and remove you from the property without any other hearing. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, anybody threatening you to get into this agreement? Okay, you have 3 business days from today's date. If once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood the right that you gave up, you can return to the court, request to have this set aside, okay? We'll get you a copy, or both of you a copy of that. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
I would respectfully request if your honor would tell Mr. Dillard about the process for enforcing this judgment. I did explain to him basic legal information about that, but because he is unrepresented, I just wanted to make clear on the record that he understood how he could enforce this as well.
Okay, so the case will be dismissed today upon the conditions that we just stated on the record, which includes that payment plan. If he doesn't do any portion of that payment plan, he doesn't pay it on time, or he doesn't pay the full amount, you can come to the court and request paperwork to have judgment entered against him. It will be entered immediately. We will not set it for another hearing. And then you can use that judgment to later get a writ up to execute removing him from the property if necessary. Okay, sir? Okay, and if you have any questions, as it gets closer to that, you can always come up to the civil clerk's office, or you can call the civil clerk's office and they can assist you. Okay, sir? Any additional matters?
No, thank you, your honor.
Thank you. You're all set, sir.
Thank you.
We're seeing Quincy Wright.
Mr. Dillard is here.
Oh, there's people in the hallway. I don't know who's there.
He said he. I'm sorry.
There's people in the hallway, so I don't know if they're supposed to be for here or not.
There, Flores.
You have default paperwork with you? Or did you want us to print you some?
That'd be fantastic, thank you.
So maybe you guys was dismissed because I don't have anything. Lansing Housing Commission.
You don't see that?
I see them in here. I don't see them on the docket.
The,
They're set for 1:30, but there's not, they're not on the docket anymore.
I know, who just,
We have, excuse me, Roy here, but she's waiting for who is dealing with Flores right now.
Yeah, I had at 1:30, it said that there was supposed to be a Lansing Housing Commission versus Williams.
yeah, it's still,
It's not on mine. Oh, it was the first one on the other page, and that's one Hull is on.
she's on that one too, but Mr. Krug, I know he said, he called Civil and said he was running late.
Oh, okay. And then.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm well, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Is that Porter that you have?
No, this is Mr. Thomas,
Oh.
correct? But, yeah. Then confused for a second.
I don't think you're the one who's confused.
I'm easy to get. confused.
No, I'm going with what he told me.
I've already into default to the thing, so the file's gone.
Oh, oh,
Okay, on the record. In the matter of Capital Village versus James Thomas, file number 24-04485, council appearance.
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor. Ronald Bach here for plaintiff, Capital Village.
And what's your name, sir?
James Thomas.
Okay. Mr. Thomas, today's the date that's scheduled for a hearing. This is for non-payment of rent. Council will come to a resolution.
Yes, Your Honor, we agreed to a consent order for conditional dismissal. Returns.
Yes, please.
Ready? All right. So the defendants agreed to pay, well, at the current moment, there is $4,346.80 due with $165.04 in costs, for a total due of $4,511.84. We've agreed, he's agreed, he stated that he can pay $2,000 by September 30th. And then he's gonna pay $500 every Monday, starting October 7th, 2024, until paid in full and current. And also add the payments shall be applied to the currently accruing rent first and the past due balance second. Well, I think this will be just about current by the end of November,
Okay,
so
and
close to it.
that's correct, Mr. Thomas, as to how you want to proceed? Okay, and so you understand, sir, that you did have the right in this matter to be represented by an attorney?
Yes,
Okay, you want to give up your right to an attorney? You also have the right in this matter to proceed to a trial. You could have demanded a jury trial if you'd like. And you wanted to waive your trial so that you can move forward in this fashion? Okay, and so you're gonna agree to pay the past due amount plus court costs for a total of $4,511.84. That's for rent due through the period of September 30th, 2024. Again, that you'll pay $2,000 by the 30th of September. You'll pay $500 every month, beginning October 7th, 2024, and until paid in full and current. Payments shall be applied to currently accruing rent first and the past due balance second, correct?
Correct.
And so partial performance of this will not satisfy the, that means that you have to do exactly what you said you were gonna do in this section. That's check 3, okay? Otherwise, if you don't do it, the plaintiff has the right to request judgment entered against you immediately. There won't be a new notice of court hearing for you. And then they can use that judgment to execute removing you from the property. You understand that? Okay, do you have any questions for the court? You have 3 business days from today's date. If once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood those rights, you can return to the court, request to have this set aside and explain how you misunderstood your rights, okay? We'll get you a copy of this in just a moment. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
You all set?
Plaintiff and defendant. Mr. Cave is still in Flores.
It's who?
Gray and Leroy.
Tammy Gray.
The plaintiff and the defendant is here, but the attorney for the plaintiff is next door.
Mr. Flug is on that one. Mr. Flug got something scheduled for 1:30 here.
Yeah.
He's gotta be next door here now. on the record in the matter of Leroy Thro Apartments versus versus Tammy Gray and file number 24-04541. Council appearance.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Jeff Flug, appearing on behalf of plaintiff Leroy Thro Apartments.
Tammy Gray, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, today's date set for hearing. This is for non-payment of rent. Council, how did you all resolve this?
Your Honor, we discussed this matter in the hallway, and we have a consent order for conditional dismissal. The defendant's rent as of today's date is $2,520. Court costs are $177.04. Total amount is $2,697.04. My client has promises to pay from 3 agencies to pay for all of it minus the court costs. So the defendant has requested to pay the court costs over 6 months, and the parties agreed to that.
That's correct, ma'am?
Yes.
Plus her additional rent of her rent that she owes. $30.
Okay, so past due rent, 2,000, plus court cost is $2,697.04. That you have promises to pay from several agencies that will cover the past due amount, and you're agreeing to pay $30 plus your monthly rent as follows. On the 7th of October, 7th of November, 7th of December, 7th of January, and 7th of February, and $27.04 plus rent on the 7th of March, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, you have the right in this matter to be represented by an attorney. You understand that right? You want to give that right up? You have the right in this matter to proceed to trial. You can have a jury trial. You want to give up your jury trial, ma'am?
Yeah.
Anybody threatening you to do that?
No.
Okay, so you have to follow this payment arrangement completely, because partial performance won't satisfy. If you don't follow it completely, what happens is the plaintiff has the right to have judgment enter against you and remove you from the property. You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, do you have any questions?
No.
I don't know if I actually, you wanted to give up your right to a trial as well? Okay. You have 3 business days from today's date. If once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood the rights that you gave up, you can return to the court and have this set aside. You have to explain how you misunderstood your rights, okay? We'll get you a copy of that paperwork and you'll be all set. Any additional matters?
No, Your Honor.
Yes.
Want me to e-file those when I get back, or is that?
No, we'll do
Okay.
it. Okay, on the record in the matter of Thro versus Sammy and Eloisa Camacho, 24-04538. Council again.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Jeff Kluge, appearing on behalf of plaintiff Lori for apartments.
State your name, please.
Sammy Camacho Jr.
Your name. Okay, today was the date set for hearing. This is for non-payment rent. Mr. Klug, how are you all proceeding?
Your Honor, the parties had a chance to meet in the hall and discuss this matter, and we entered in a consent order conditional dismissal. As of today's date, rent due and owing is $6,521.84. Court costs are $177.04 for a total amount due of $6,698.88 through September 30th, 2024. The defendants have agreed to pay this over a 9-month period. They wanted to continue to make their regular monthly rental payments plus $745 each month for the next 8 months, and then ninth month it'll be final payment of $738.88. May I approach?
Yes.
So that's how you both want to proceed with a consent order for conditional dismissal? Okay, so you have the right to be represented by an attorney today. You understood that, right?
Yes.
Both want to waive it? You also have the right to proceed to trial. You could have had a jury trial if you had entered a demand for jury trial. Do you want to waive jury trial in this matter? So you're both agreeing for the matter to be dismissed today upon the condition that you're going to pay the past due rent plus court costs for a total of $6,698.88. That's for rent due and owing through September 30th, 2024, correct? Okay, and that you will pay rent plus $745 on or before the 20th of each month beginning October 2024 until May 20th, 2024, and then in June 20th, 2024, you'll pay $738.88 plus June rent, correct? You have 3 business days from today's date. Once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood the rights that you waived. You can return, request to have this agreement set aside, and we'll set it for hearing. Partial performance will not satisfy it, so you got to do exactly what you said you're going to do in section 3. Yolanda, you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any questions for the court? Okay, we'll get you a copy in just a moment, and the additional matters for the record.
No, Judge.
You're all set.
Thank you, ma'am.
Judge for this Mary one.
Got paperwork for what, ma'am? What do you,
It's the proof that I know somebody's gonna help me pay the payment.
a promise to pay? Is it from an agency?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
from Child Protective Services.
Okay, and ma'am, you are saying you're willing to wait for that?
Yeah, as far as she gonna pay, if she agree to pay, I will wait.
Okay, well, how long are you willing to wait?
I don't know how long her.
Well, today's the day for a hearing, so you either gotta decide you're gonna wait for a certain time period, or you can enter a conditional dismissal. You all can talk about a consent judgment, but I gotta know what to do with today's date. If you don't want a hearing today,
So how many days you want me to wait?
You got a promise to
But
pay?
it's the state, so the state is
No.
paying for it. and
Yeah,
I don't
when
know
are they
how
gonna
long
pay?
it would take. She said she just needed a court judgment letter to saying the amount that's owed, and she could speed the process
Well,
up.
then they need a judgment. You can do one of two things.
Yes.
If you want to enter into an agreement, you can have a consent judgment, which means just judgment, she consents to the judgment to enter against her. However, sound like you all are working it out where you want her to stay in the property and and just pay you.
As far as she gonna pay? I will
Right,
let-
so you can do a conditional dismissal, which will dismiss the case today with a condition.
Yes.
The condition is that she's gonna pay the past due rent plus court costs.
Okay,
And then we'll put a date on there for it to be paid by.
okay,
If it's not paid by that date, provided you didn't give her an extension of something that the court doesn't know about, you can come back to the court, you'll go to the civil department, then you can request to have judgment entered against her because it wasn't paid by that date. You understand?
yes, I do.
And then we won't hold a hearing for that
Sure.
because she entered the conditional dismissal.
Okay,
Okay, do you want to do that?
yes.
Okay, you can help them with that.
The condition.
Okay, I see Adrikia and Lakeisha Blackman present. And then Mr. Akinaki.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, we're present.
Ms. Blackman, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, hi.
Okay, hi, thank you. On the record, in the matter of DWL Indus Realty versus Adrikia and Lakeisha Blackman, file number 24-04116 LT. Counsel, can I have your appearance, please?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Robert Akinaki, attorney for the plaintiff.
Okay, and both Adrikia and Lakeisha Blackman are present via Zoom. Today was the date set for hearing. This was for non-payment of rent. The court is in receipt of a executed consent order for conditional dismissal. That's how you all want to proceed?
Yes.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, and the terms are simply that the defendants will waive their rights and right to repay and agree to vacate on or before November 3rd, 2024. Is that accurate?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, and so both parties, you all understand that you have the right to have a attorney represent you in this proceeding?
Yes, Your Honor.
You want to waive your right to an attorney, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
You also have the right to have a trial. You could have had a jury trial if you made a demand for one. Did you want to waive your right to trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has there been any threats to get you to waive your rights?
No. No, Your Honor.
Okay, so, okay, partial performance will not satisfy this. That means that you said you're going to vacate the property on or before November 3rd. Vacating the property would mean that you get all of your items, remove all of your trash and debris, and turn in the key before that date. You understand that?
Yes.
Otherwise, if you leave anything behind or you don't turn in your key, that means that they can go and request judgment to enter against you. And they don't have to notice you for a hearing, okay?
Okay, Your Honor, we never had a key.
Okay, you never received a key?
Never had a key.
How do you get in?
The doors don't lock.
Okay. Mr. Akiniki, are you aware that they don't have a key to turn in?
I wasn't aware of that, Your Honor, but as long as the Blackmans confirm with me that they're out and I can have someone check the property by November 3rd and everything's gone, we'll be all set.
Okay, yes.
Sounds. So make sure you notify them because you don't have a key that you have vacated the properties before November 3rd or by November 3rd so that they can get the property secured, okay?
Okay.
You have 3 business days from today's date. If once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood any of the rights that you just gave up, you can return to the court, request to have this set aside, and we'll set it for a hearing, okay?
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
You're all set, thank you.
Thank you. See you, Mr. Akinaki.
Thank you.
I'm sorry?
That files in the hallway. On bench.
Like court files?
Yes.
Okay, we're on the record in the matter of Lubier Sausan versus Consuelo Johnson, 24-04281 LT. State your name for the record, ma'am. State your name.
Susan Zubair. It's very Susan.
Oh, first name is Wilson?
Yes.
Okay, and your name?
Consuelo Johnson.
Okay, today was the date set for hearing. This is for non-payment of rent. The parties met, the defendant has indicated that there is a promise to pay. You said from Child Protective Services? Is that a yes?
Yes.
And so the parties are going to enter into a consent order for conditional dismissal. Now, the court has already explained what that means. That means the case will be dismissed today upon the condition that you, Ms. Johnson, satisfy the past due rent amount. So it looks like the past due amount is $1,900. Now, plus there's court costs of $150. And then, so it makes a total amount due $2,050. And you believe that it'll take them about 3 weeks to process the paperwork? Okay, so I'm going to, and this is for your rent due through the end of this month, correct?
This is accumulated
Accumulate what?
about the copay, the deposits.
The $1,900 is for the rent due only to the end of September, correct?
End of September.
September, because that doesn't include October rent, correct? That's what I'm gonna make sure. 9/30. That's, this amount of $1,900 is for rent due through September 30th, 2024. And make sure I note that here, okay? You're gonna pay that, I'll note that you'll pay it on or before October 30th, 2024, okay? So we'll give you 30 days. If we reset this, the next court date was gonna be probably October 30th anyways. So we're gonna reset it to, we're gonna give you that date to have it paid by then, okay? So make sure you get this process, this paperwork to them immediately so they can get whatever is necessary processed so that she can get her payment. I'm selecting section 7 on this paperwork, which indicates that partial payment by the defendant on amount 2D will not prevent issuance of an order of eviction. So that means I recognize that they're gonna pay the past due amount. I don't know if they're gonna pay the $150 for court costs to you. If they don't, you still would be responsible for it. You understand that? Okay, and so you have to do all of that by October 30th, because if they pay the past due rent, but they don't pay the 150, or you don't give her the full 150, you just give her 100, she can come and request to have judgment entered against you, and we won't have to set it for a hearing if she does that. You understand that? You have the right to be represented by an attorney at today's hearing. You understood that, right? Is that a yes?
Yes.
Do you want to give that right up?
Yes.
You have the right to have a trial in this matter. You want to give up that right?
Yes.
They didn't sign. Anybody threatening you to give those rights up? No. Yes. Okay. So you have 3 business days from today's date. If once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood your rights and you don't want to proceed this way, you can return to the court within those 3 business days, request to have this set aside, and we'll set it for immediate hearing, okay? We'll get you both a copy of the paperwork. Any questions today, ma'am? Any questions for you?
No, thank you.
Okay, you're all set. Okay, I see Victoria Osborne. And Elena, Christina Elena.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Elena, do you have an attorney at all?
No, ma'am.
Okay, on the record in the matter of LG Lansing LLC versus Christina Elena 24-04575, counsel appearance.
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor. Victoria Osborne for the plaintiff.
Okay, and Ms. Christina Elena is present via Zoom. My understanding is that you all have entered into a conditional dismissal. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. There's a total of $3,792 in past due rent through the end of September, and court costs and fees in the amount of $269.44. That totals $4,061.44. Defendant has agreed to a payment plan in which she will pay her rent starting with October in a timely fashion according to her lease agreement, and she will be making $500 payments weekly on specific dates that are detailed in the conditional dismissal. It essentially equates to $1,500 a month, but leaves her 1 week free to use that money to pay the rent for that month being due.
That's complete and accurate as to how you want to proceed, Ms. Elena?
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't have a copy of that paperwork yet, but so I can't reiterate those terms. But do you need those repeated? Or are you clear as to the terms and conditions?
I'm clear.
Okay, and Ms. Osborne, did you select section 7 on that paperwork?
Yes, Your Honor. I explained to Miss Elena that the action may proceed without notice to defendant or further process if she was to default on the terms of the conditional dismissal, and upon default, a money judgment would be issued at that time. She's also agreed to comply with the rest of the terms of her lease agreement, and partial payment by the defendant would not prevent an issue of an order of eviction. And MCR 4.201J was explained to Miss Elena. She understands that she has 3 days to appeal this because it's a consent judgment or consent order.
Thank you. And so, Ms. Elena, you understand your right to be represented by an attorney during an eviction proceeding?
I do, Your Honor.
You want to give up that right, ma'am?
Yes.
You also have the right to proceed to a trial. You could have demanded a jury trial in this matter. Do you want to waive your trial to move forward with this agreement?
Yes, I would, Your Honor.
Okay, you have 3 business days from today. If, again, you misunderstood those rights, you can return to the court and request to have this set aside, and we'll set it for hearing. Unless you have any questions for me. I don't know, Ms. Osborne, did she sign it or did you want her permission so that you can put her signature?
No, Your Honor, she signed it electronically and I have already submitted it to M-File.
Okay, so once it processes through my end, because I just cleared my queue and I didn't see anything, then I will sign it. Unless there's any additional matters for the record, you're all set.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Klug, who do you have?
I got Mr. Lawless.
On the record in the matter of South Washington Park versus LV Lawless 24-04557. Counsel appearance.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Jeff Klug appearing on behalf of plaintiff South Washington Park.
And you are LV Lawless, sir?
Yes.
Okay, today was the date that was set for hearing. This is for termination of tenancy. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, we've discussed this matter and the parties were going to, I'm going to submit a dismissal without prejudice in this matter.
I'm assuming there's no objection on your part for that, correct? Okay, you're going to submit that through my file?
Yes.
Okay, do you have any questions? You're all set, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.